to order. Please join me in the pledge, please. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks very much. Public input, I don't see any. At this time, amendments to the agenda.
There, I'm aware of.
Any changes from council members? Mayor's report. A couple of things to report on. One is the moving forward together on the 21st at 5:30. Please make sure that gets on your calendar. We'll be at the Sunstrom on that day. The other one is the local government day on the 27th. Greg really needs to know if anybody's going to be available to go to that.
What day is that again?
27th is a
Wednesday. Yeah, nothing back. All one day. Yes.
Is that with the dinner at night?
No.
No?
There were sessions, but none there.
Okay.
I'll go.
Councilman Martin, Councilman Heath, any others available? Councilman Peterson?
Maybe. I'll let you know tomorrow.
And I'm a gentleman, maybe.
Councilwoman Nelson? Okay, good representation, I appreciate that. The other thing to report on the next meeting, council meeting on the 18th, we will bring up the items that were brought forward by the kids from the high school, streets and street improvements, and the safety report from the chief on stop signs, or lack of what they feel is out there, and he'll have a safety report at that time, so please look forward to those on the 18th. Consent agenda, what are your desire?
Motion to adopt.
So moved, is there a second? There was a second.
Who was it?
Emo?
Okay.
It's been moved and second, all those in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Carried.
Roll call.
It's a roll call with ordinances there.
Okay, roll call.
Kelly? Yes. Betty? Yes. Blaine?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Emo?
Yes.
Becky? Yes.
Now, motion carried. Agenda carried. P and Z, nothing that I know of, no old business, moving to new business. Item A, tree trimming. Well, Tim's making his way here, what is your desire?
Motion to approve the amount of $12,500 for West Street trimming for the annual quarterly trim.
It's been moved to pay $12,500 to West Street for the annual trimming, is there a second?
Second.
Tim, you want to tell us about this?
We're asked to extend the range of when it turns back, trying to get the main branches back to the trunk where possible. That we don't have all the sprouts that come out sooner than they should.
So you're not talking about the canopy?
I want to get as much of the canopy as we can. But I don't think either our truck or JD's truck can get to some of the canopy. I think that's something we're going to address separately.
You mean you want to remove the canopy?
Anything that's over the top of our wires, yes, I do.
Which would be how high?
It's tree goes 70, 80 feet.
The electrical truck won't go that high, will it?
We're 53.
So what do you recommend doing?
I do everything we can with, between our resources and what JD can do, and then look at it, what is left, and perhaps do a separate project.
Basically, we're talking about alleyways.
Yes, sir.
I'm assuming this is mainly to help with the power outages we have.
It's a reliability issue.
Okay.
eventually, when done, you might have a canopy that goes, if you're starting at ground level and the tree goes up like this, and if it's under the wire, you have canopy, and then up to 53 feet would be cut back to the trunk of the tree, and anything from 54 up to 80 feet is still going to have a canopy?
And that's what we're going to have to address. You know, it's beyond the scope of this project. Well, we didn't bid for a project like that.
What is a typical operation? What do you typically do? If this is
Well,
atypical this time,
The
what would
53 feet, I think James trucks are virtually the same size as ours.
so you would have left the canopy above it before
Yeah,
anyway?
it's been an ongoing problem, and we just feel it's time to start addressing it.
But you've never taken it back to the trunk, is that right?
Yeah, they used to, and it should have been done, and we're going to start doing it again.
So when you say it used to be done, how long ago did it used to be done?
Flying a tree,
Okay.
Greg?
Well, I think the trunk is a little not quite accurate. In other words, if the branch is coming back, instead of just cutting it back 2 feet from the line, so when it's growing into the line before we get back to that section again, if it's coming off a main branch here, coming this way, instead of cutting this branch off 2 feet, bringing it back to this joint here, so that we don't get all those fingers coming off that branch.
So that's a lot different than.
Yeah, that's
back
not what
to
he
the
said.
trunk.
Yes,
I
yes.
mean, because I wasn't getting a very good image in my head with that description.
Well, I think we don't want to kill the trees, and if we're gonna cut it back to the trunk. Huh? I am speaking for myself.
I don't want to kill a tree, but we do want to.
Yeah, but I mean, the trees are still a valuable asset to us.
Absolutely.
So the word trunk is a concern, and it's
Yeah,
the branch, main branch, stable branch, large branch. Branch.
we will clarify that and make sure that's understood before the work starts.
Is this a widespread issue throughout town, or is it isolated? Certain areas?
Some places are worse than others. The section that we're going to do this year, section 3, there's a couple of places that, you know, we're talking in a block, there might be 2 or 3 trees that are an issue.
We've already done sections 1 and 2, right?
We've done them all several times, but yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 would be.
This is something we've done for years. It's made a difference right now. You're just getting back more aggressive back to the main branch versus to the 2 foot off the line. So you're expecting more from them this time. Okay.
I guess, has Gary looked at the language here, Gary having the history of some tree care? Because when I read the quote from Wise, it says, whenever possible, cutting away main branches off trees. Is that really the goal, cutting main branches off trees? I mean, I get the fact that we want to remove as much tree as we can that threatens a utility line. I think we all understand the value of that. But I guess I just have some concern about the language in both the background and the actual quote from Wise.
Almost seems like you said whenever needed. Didn't seem out of it.
But it says whenever possible. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
So I.
Tim, who will be supervising their work?
That boy and I.
You understand the concern of the council? Are you okay with that, Betty, or do you want to see it rewritten in writing?
Well, if everybody indeed understands it, then that would include not only our crew, but Wise as well, because whenever possible, cutting away main tree branches is not what our goal is.
Right, I agree. Do you want to amend your motion to include a statement such as that, so that your utility is covered in writing?
I think that, no, I don't know that that's necessary. I just want to make sure.
I just want to make sure you're
Yeah, I think I've said it enough times now that Tim and whoever's in this room understands what my concern is.
Tim shakes his head, yes, he understands. Tim, you understand? So, I feel good about where we are with the understanding that Tim now has. So, is there any further discussion? I really think putting it in the motion would really, I'm serious, if you want to add a little language at the end, that really goes in writing for both Tim, for Dan, and for anybody that could come back on us in the future that says, hey, you cut my evergreens on North Main Street way back and there was an issue.
Well, that's why I was asking if it's mostly alleyways.
Right.
Those trees are important also, but
So do I need to withdraw, just
Just
amend?
amend to add the language of,
Then I would amend the motion to clarify to the contractor that the requirement is to remove the branches as far back as possible when necessary.
That sounds ambiguous, I'm sorry.
Or as many small branches as necessary back to main branches? Or I don't know how you
The
want.
best way to put it would probably be to cut the, offending branch to the joint on the next branch it sprouts from or somewhere along.
Personally, I think we've discussed it enough that Tim has the idea of what we want, and it's pretty difficult to be more specific in the wording.
all right, David, we'll go with you. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
All right. Becky,
Yes.
Emo,
Yes.
David,
yes.
Corey,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Wayne,
Yes.
Betty,
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion carried. Item B, sales tax transfer.
I have one question. Jim, do you take pictures of a tree if you're going to really do severe pruning on it?
Never have.
I was asked that question, and so,
No, we don't. We haven't. If we're doing something severe, we
Yeah.
usually talk to the homeowner.
Yeah.
okay.
Larry, talk to us about sales tax transfer.
Okay, last council meeting, I brought forth the sales tax transfer requests, but we did not have the December figures. This is just information only to bring you the December figures, so you have an entire amount for 2015. $563,733.93, the local sales tax, $375,822.62 is 1% of that. And the 0.5% is $187,911.31. Nothing has changed as far as the request of last month, so that's just information.
Questions about the local sales tax information that Larry presented here tonight that is complete now? Thank you, Larry. Appreciate that. Moving on to new business C, iPad replacement bids. I'll call upon Greg.
As part of the upgrade over our 4-year cycle, the part of it is the upgrading the iPads that we do our paperless council meetings. Council members and department heads each have an iPad requesting to replace 16 of those. We received 2 proposals, one from CDWG and also from Apple and company itself, requesting the approval of 16 iPad Air 2 tablets from CDWG in the amount of $382.99 each, plus the 15 covers at $34.99 each.
For a total of,
$6,652.69.
Thank you.
what is your desire?
I'll make that motion.
Yeah, that's not the number I see here.
66, 52, 69.
I see 56, 87, 68.
We're only getting 15
Oh, I'm sorry.
covers instead of 16.
Okay. Do you have a little, film protector too?
That's not including this, no.
Okay, this is mine.
Yeah.
Did we have a motion for
I'll
the
make the motion.
motion and a second? Second. It was moved and seconded. Further discussion?
Is there something wrong with the ones we have?
Well, some people have been experiencing issues. Additionally, some of our packets are rather large. You'll have a faster download speed because of the radio within the unit itself. Additionally, what you're going to experience is these will no longer become functional because of the upgrades in the operating system and also the upgrades in the software we use for our council meetings.
Is there, and can we sell the old versions and recoup a little bit of that expense, do you think? Or is there a value to these used ones?
There's a value. One option is a company called Pace Global who purchases them, reconditions, resells them. There's also been a request for the option for employees to purchase. We don't have a policy governing any of that, so.
How old are these?
4 years.
Greg, do we need to settle what's going to happen to these at this point, or is that something to for a later time? I understand the request to employees to purchase and all that, but it's also opens up other issues that I've been down when we've done that in the past, and companies that I was involved with and stuff. So who got it, who didn't, if there's an American, if you don't have everybody that wants one gets one, it's one thing. All that, so I don't know if that's something that you want to have an opinion on or discussion on later, or if you want to have.
I think we need to have that discussion later.
Okay, so tonight what you're asking us to do is approve the CDWG, the motion for $6,652.69. Any additional discussion related to the purchase of the new ones this evening? Hearing none, roll call please.
Kelly. Yes. Betty. Yes. Lee.
Yes.
Rick.
Yes.
Corey.
Yes.
David.
Yes.
Emo.
Yes.
Becky.
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion carried. Item E. D. Great.
We're also scheduled to replace all of our network hardware or all of our desktop servers on a 4-year cycle. We used to be on a 5-year cycle. What we found out is a 5-year cycle that it was too long. Upgrades, etc., were much more rapid than the equipment could handle. Total budgeted was $41,700. What we're actually proposing is not to replace everything for a couple of reasons. One, to replace everything would be over budget. Two is that right now for our utility billing, payables, payroll, general ledger, and municipal court, we use Linco software for that purpose. Right now it is not compatible with Windows 10. It is compatible with Windows 8, which is a version that we really don't want to go to. They are testing it with Windows 10. So the proposal is to replace Public Works, Public Safety, also Community Development laptop. In front of you in the packet, it has the outline of the equipment to be replaced. There's also a spreadsheet
And if you look at that spreadsheet, it has a breakdown of six Lenovo PCs at $784.18 a piece. Upgrading the server from 2008 to 2012 software. Microsoft Office 2016, 8 versions of that is 26109. Microsoft Office Pro, the difference between Office and Office Pro is that the Pro has the Access Database program, one version of that for $356.50. Getting 4 additional monitors at 90 ViewSonic monitors at $93.85. Our Microsoft licenses, 30 of those at $28.92 a station, increasing the server RAM to 24 gigabytes, $206 total. From Amazon, getting the electric department laptop, they use to program meters, the community development laptop, an EMS laptop, 2 portable CD, DVD burners. The reason for this is that the Lenovo PCs do not have CD, DVD drives in them. Bitdefender antivirus software for 30 computers, a 2-year license. What's called Dragon Naturally Speaking software from nuance.com. This would allow the police department to dictate their reports as opposed to typing them out, upgrading our Larry's T-Value software. I don't think it's been upgraded in 15 years. Upgrading what they have now is much more powerful and allows more options. And of course, it talks about the iPads there. Everything above that line and that total cost for that is $15,421.46.
Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions and discussion?
So the total budget is 41.7,
Yes,
but we're encumbering 15 plus 6 something.
yeah, so we're just right under $22,000.
Right.
Can you give me the rationale for having different operating systems for the laptops we have, or whatever we call these, and all these other computers? I mean, why aren't we either having all Apple or all Microsoft?
The rationale I can give you is that we've gone through, from the iPad standpoint, several iterations before we got to the iPad. This is, the iPads from a paperless council standpoint have required less support, less issues, also have more apps available to it than Microsoft. I mean, we started out with gateways, 2000s. We went to a laptop. We then went with a Kindle, and so far the Apple iPad has been definitely the best tool for this purpose. From the day-to-day operations, many of the programs that we use do not operate on any type of Apple operating system. They require a Windows-based operating system.
I've got a question regarding the laptops. The community development, EMS, and electric have laptops versus a PC, I'm assuming.
Correct.
Is that needed? Do they also have iPads?
Well, for EMS, we purchased one last year for an ambulance. This was a scheduled purpose to put in the other ambulance. So yes, they do need laptops. For the electric department, this isn't for the public works director's use, it's for the electric department in programming meters, etc. So they have to go out many times on site, either program a meter. I mean, they can program them in the shop, but sometimes they have to pull the data or reprogram them in the field. And then from a community development director standpoint, does he require a laptop? No, but it gives him portability to bring to planning and zoning meetings, things like that.
Doesn't he have, he has an iPad though, right?
Yes.
So both are desirable.
Additional questions?
The Lenovo's, I'm assuming those are just towers, bare towers by themselves? Because you're also buying monitors by themselves and so on?
Yes.
Who do those go to, out of curiosity?
The extra monitors, you mean?
No, the actual Lenovo towers, I mean, that's a pretty high powered unit for just a tower, and a lot of money just for a tower.
One will go to the public works director, public safety director. One will go, there's two to patrol. Help me out here, Cassie, you put the bid together. I can't remember everybody that's getting them on here.
There's one for the water telemetry, there's one for the office. We have to keep those separate in there. One for wastewater treatment plant.
That's all.
I think we had talked about wastewater treatment before, and your program for it was pretty darn demanding.
We have two computers out there. One runs the system and the other is basically the office computer. And we replaced the other one last year.
Additional questions? Roll call, please.
Becky?
Yes.
Emil?
Yes.
David?
Yes?
Corey?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Betty? Kelly?
Yes.
Item carried. Now we will go to E, which is the school lab. You're up.
What we have before you is to extend or not renew, but extend our Google AdWords campaign. Previously, we ran it through Eagle Communications, and what you have is the same budget, but it's going to be ran by us internally.
Because?
We think that we can obtain better analytics from it, so we can narrow down our search and our keywords more and actively look at it day to day rather than waiting for reports to come in monthly, so then we can switch on a real-time basis rather than kind of being a month behind.
Are we ready for question?
Motion to approve for discussion's sake.
Moved and seconded, discussion, Corey.
How do you feel the results have been thus far? Have you been happy with what you've seen? Or?
I think so. I have noticed an increase in phone calls. In fact, I would say most of our phone calls come from there, from people Googling and then calling. So I think it's worth it. I can attribute a few bookings more recently to people that have told me they just found it by Googling. So I think that with the extended amount of time, I mean, this is double the amount of time that we had previously. And being able to monitor it ourselves, I think there will be a brief time of learning, but after that, I think it will become a lot more effective because we can target exactly who we want to reach a little bit more effectively.
I was surprised to see that so much variety came out of Topeka.
That's what I found.
Yeah, which is great because that's what we want. Yeah, which moving forward, we're going to be doing a lot more sales, and I attended a few things in December, but more sales from the Topeka area. But that just shows that those efforts in there are warranted. So
I've had some experience with this. I think you're doing exactly the right thing. It's, I've had what I would consider very desirable results for not a lot of money, and my budget hasn't been very that good.
Additional questions? Roll call, please.
Kelly? Yes. Debbie?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Cory?
Yes.
David?
Yeah.
Emo?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Item carried. Patrol vehicle. Tim, do you wish to step up and talk about that, or do you want to just take it on?
Sorry.
You'd like to buy a patrol car?
What is your desire?
On with this.
I'll make a recommendation to purchase a Ford Explorer from Shawnee Mission Ford with a cost of $24,668 with trade-in.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Anything else you want to tell us about the patrol car?
We're excited about getting it.
It's easy to keep the police department happy and glad.
Do you have enough money for this?
We have 26,000 budget, so it would be under budget.
I don't understand this thing about provided by the highway patrol, but they're for used cars. I mean, are they, why would they give you a quote for used cars?
Evidently, they were under the impression I wanted to purchase a used car. So they were giving me used car prices.
I guess all I meant was if you were buying a used car, then the prices they gave you were pretty darn high.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
Maybe just slightly used.
Yeah.
0 to 60.
And for the sake of our listening office, it should also be clarified that the Shawnee Mission Ford in Olathe actually holds the state contract bid for the Ford Explorer,
True.
which is why we're purchasing it from Olathe and not from someone within a 30-mile radius.
Good idea. It's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, thank you.
What color will this be?
White.
Oxford. White. I didn't read specs. Any further questions? The motion is to purchase a Pinto from. Is that what you said? No. I heard you were excited, that's the last I heard. No, purchase a, yeah, four-wheel drive. Ford Explorer from Shawnee Mission Ford at a cost, with trade-in, of course, of $24,668. Roll call. No, Cory.
I'm sorry, but you outlined several very good reasons why we need an SUV versus an automobile. Can you remind me a couple of what those reasons were?
Well, the rooms is probably the biggest issue for our department. So they're a lot easier to get in and out of. They ride a lot higher, so we're more apt to have a better vision of other traffic. And we'll be able to store a lot more equipment in this vehicle than we would in the others.
They're high flooding and stuff though? Is it higher?
It won't be slightly higher, but we still probably don't want to drive in the water.
Okay, I don't know if they have the option. Roll call, please.
Yes. David?
Yes.
Cory?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Debbie?
Yes.
Kelly?
Yes.
Just for the record, Greg made me say that.
I don't know, but you could tell Officer Eric that we wanted them to have a Pinto.
You're turning in, Tim, are you turning in the Crown Vic?
Right, yes.
What year was that again?
2010.
Okay. All right, you must stay up for these, item G. Resolution number 0116, code enforcement. What is your desire?
I'll make the motion, we approve resolution 01-16.
Second?
Moved and seconded. Tim, you want to tell us about this one and the rest, and we can move through these pretty fast, probably?
This vehicle is located on South Kansas near an alley, and it's an abandoned vehicle. We have given notice to the owner of the vehicle and the property owner that we will abate if it's not taken care of, and the vehicle has not been taken care of.
Okay. Further discussion?
Is that the same with all of this, I'm assuming then? Just different property owners? I think I saw a few different.
One's a little different.
All right, let's take them individually. Item 01-16, what is your desire?
You have a motion and a second.
Have a motion.
I know, it's a roll call. Jerry, I'm asking you.
Should.
Okay, thank you. Roll call, please.
Ellie?
Yes.
Betty? Yes. Blaine?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Emil?
Yes.
Becky?
Item 02-16,
I'll make the motion, we approve resolution number 02-16.
Second.
been moved and seconded. Tim, you want to tell us anything different about this one?
No, this is pretty much the same. It's just different owner.
Different owner, all the requirements have been made, and
Letters have been personally served, and everything's been done.
roll call, please.
Becky?
Yes.
Emil? Oh, did you have
Yes.
a question?
No.
That's somebody did, so.
I'm sorry. Okay, I said Becky, Emil.
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Betty? Yes. Ellie?
Yes.
Item passed. Resolution 03-16. What is your desire?
I'll make the motion, we approve resolution 03-16.
Been moved. Is there a second?
Second?
Tim, anything different on this one?
This one's a little bit different because it deals with trash and debris on property. And it's a property that the person who used to live there has moved. So we sent a letter, or we hand-delivered the letter to the person who moved, whose property it actually belongs to. And then we also gave notice to the person who owns the land. And I've been working pretty closely with the person who owns the land, because I don't know if we'll recoup the money from the person who moved away. So to make sure that the landowner is very aware that it would probably be his best interest to have it cleaned up if the person who owns the debris doesn't. Does that make sense?
It does. That was going to be my question. Your expectation is that the landowner is going to clean this debris up and...
It's my expectation that the landowner will have it cleaned before he will ever go to abate.
Thank you.
But I still think we need to go forward.
Additional questions? Additional questions?
Well, if you asked. One more time, when we discuss abatement, what is abatement?
If you have a vehicle that's abandoned, it's removed. If you have trash or debris, it's removed.
And goes where?
Trash and debris and stuff is usually destroyed. Vehicles are, we call a wrecker service, and they tow it and store it over a period of time. If it's not taken care of, then they file for a title and property becomes the owner of the wrecker service.
Thank you.
Roll call, please.
Kelly?
Yes.
Betty? Yes. Blaine?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Emil?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
This stuff, the car that's parked on your back.
Motion carried. 04-16.
04-16.
What is your desire?
I'll make the motion, we approve 04-16.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Tim?
It's actually located in the 200 block of East Union Street near the trail. There were several vehicles involved in the original letter. However, he tagged so at this time, we'll be moving forward with the one vehicle.
Any additional questions about 04-16?
Do you foresee him tagging it and dealing with it after this, or do you think we'd have to do something with it?
I think we'll have to do something with it.
Tim, just when you say do something with it, does that actually cost us a tow charge or anything?
No.
We call the company, they pick it up, they store it, becomes their property after so long, and
Right.
right title and all that, so, okay.
It gets billed to the owner of the vehicle, and if they don't pay it over a period of time, then he files a lien, and the vehicle becomes
That's
his.
good. Okay, thank you. Roll call?
Becky?
Yes.
Emo?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Betty? Yes. Kelly?
Yes.
Item carried. We'll move on to item K, City Administrator Employment Agreement.
This was a pretty lengthy process as it was last year. We solicited input from all of the council, mayor, and department heads. And I'll have to say that we had extremely positive reviews on city administrator from all of those. We did have the policy committee, personnel policy committee, or personnel committee. What is it? Yeah. Anyway, we met and discussed all the evaluations, and then met with Greg to go over the evaluations. And it's before you have a copy of the agreement. This agreement is to be effective January 1, 2016 through December 31st, 2016. And I'll make a motion that we approve the agreement you have before you for the city administrator.
Second?
Been moved and seconded. Discussion?
I don't believe the contract was ready when we met. Is there anything other than the salary, the rate of salary? Is there anything different in this contract?
Salary and deferred compensation, additional $50 in deferred compensation per month.
Okay.
And I apologize, I sent copies to everybody, but apparently couldn't open those copies.
They were nice though.
Yeah.
Just another reason to get a new iPad Air. Okay, additional discussion. Roll call, please.
Kelly?
Yes.
Betty? Yes. Blaine?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Emo?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Thank you.
There's no executive session. I will say, I hope that from page 82 on are status reports on different projects. There are some meeting minutes from the library and other community boards and that. I hope everybody had an opportunity to review those, looking over, bring questions forth, from those at any given time. Bless you. Item 11, other.
Yes, I do have another.
Thank you.
Yes.
Go ahead.
We did our last meeting, I had the cereal malt beverage applications from the locals here in town, and I had indicated at that time that we were missing one. I got it. It's been reviewed compared to last year's, and nothing has changed on it, and this is for the Brick House Grill, and I would ask for the approval of this cereal malt beverage application.
What is your desire?
I'll make it.
Been moved, even second, for the Brick House Grill cereal malt beverage license. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Thank you.
I just have a request that on the moving forward together, I've heard from Kelly, but if you know whether you can or cannot attend before you leave tonight, would you let me know?
Yes.
I'll be there.
Betty?
David, yes. Betty, yes. Bill, yes. Corey, yes. Becky, yes.
What time?
Rick, yes.
5:30.
5:30. Make me happy. Email, yes.
Yes.
Blaine, yes.
Thank you very much.
Any others tonight? Otherwise, We're adjourned.
Thank you, Greg.
I think Greg told me he didn't have to have.